Hey folks, I thought I'd try a little bit of, this is how bored I am. I thought I'd try a little guitar porn here. For those of you who are not guitar players, you might just want to scroll right past this. But for the rest of you guitar geeks, I thought I'd show you, some instruments as we go by, and I'm just going to do one this time. This is a guitar that I built myself back about 1983 or so, and this is it's essentially a double cutaway Les Paul. It's slightly larger than the regular Les Paul body, but it's a double cutaway Les Paul with a Strat setup in it, and it's kind of an odd thing. It's this is a Kaler copy that I got back in 1983 from Fat Dog. And it's got volume control in the proper Stratocaster position, and two-tone controls. This one is actually these are EMG devices. These are EMG SAs, I think they're called SA Silver. And among the first ones that I got these pickups from Jeff Gould over at Modulus Graphite at the time. And these, I think the first set that came through in this cream color, which matches, doesn't look very right with this light, but it's this is a cream colored plastic, and the pickups match it fairly closely. It's the pickups, you'll notice, are the screws come right through the wood because they're mounted actually from the back all the way through the body, and there's a large cavity here for the controls. The body is maple. It's a rather, a regular Les Paul is a mahogany body with a maple cap. This is a maple body with a cocobolo cap on it. Well, actually, it's not even a cap. They're the side pieces. It's a through body construction that runs all the way from the tip of the neck all the way to the end of the body, and it's got a truss rod that is the truss rod access is actually underneath these last two frets. This piece of the fretboard pops out, and the truss rod accesses from under there. 24 frets. And one of the other things that I liked about this guitar was I designed it so that, unlike a Les Paul, you can lay it flat. And when you lay it flat, the headstock is straight, kind of sort of Fender style. And so you can lay this flat on a table and it's not going to break its headstock off. And let's see, what else can I tell you about it? It's I built this guitar, and when I was first starting with Zazu Pitts, and we started touring with the thing, and I realized after I think we were in New York or someplace, and I watched road crew throw the guitar into the back of the van, and I realized that if something happened to this guitar, it took me about a year to build this thing. I didn't have a shop. I built it basically on my kitchen table in San Francisco at the time. And I thought, well, it would take me another year to build another one, if, well, maybe a little less, but at that point, since I knew better what I was doing. And so anyway, that's when I moved on to the white Strat that I've been using ever since, that Jeff at Modulus built for me. But this guitar was pretty much what I was looking for at the time. It was patterned, actually, this sort of like the big brother to the Gibson Melody Maker that I had been using at the time, which I had also turned into a 3-pickup Strat type setup. It's got, and rather than the 5-position switch, I use toggles here for each pickup, so that I can get, the front and back by themselves or whatever. And these are active pickups, so there's no hum or anything from them. But the thing about active pickups I've never been crazy about was that they don't have the same kind of air to them that passive single coils do. But I like this guitar. It worked out well for me. Anyway, this is it, my Les Paul Stratocaster setup. this locking deal. Oh, it's got, you can see this, it's got a 0 fret on it with another fret behind it that is for positioning. I like the 0 fret idea because it kind of takes away the whole problem of a nut to begin with. But let's see, is that pretty much it, friends? Are we bored yet? This is there we go. There's the side and the back. When I put this thing together, speaking of the maple body, I before I did any finish on it, I put all the hardware on it, strung it up. I took it to a gig, I think it was at Ashkenaz. The Pits used to play there, and we'd play the whole night. And I played one set with it, and I took it off, and it was so heavy that I took it home and took it to a friend's shop and carved off about a 1/4 inch off of the thickness of the back of the thing, and channeled out some more of this these chambers in the back here just to bring down the weight, because it's maple is so heavy. It's still a pretty heavy guitar, but it's better than it was. Anyway, there you have it. There's my double cutaway Les Paul. Love to see your guitars.